Oh, hey, what's going on there? Dr. Osar here. Just packing my shoulders before I'm about to start a carry pattern. Except that's not how I do carry patterns. That's what we're taught in the industry. However, that cue will directly lead to and or contribute to neck as well as shoulder problems in your general population clients. Thanks so much for joining me today on Integrative Movement Insider Special Sunday Edition. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you're having a good day with family, friends, and or relaxing. So the carry pattern is one of the most important patterns we do with our clients. It's one of those fundamental patterns that really applies to everyday life. Think about this. Carrying groceries, right, down by your side. Carrying your child up on your hip or at your shoulder. Or just carrying things like dishes, lifting dishes. They're all carrying patterns. So when we think about the things that we do in everyday life, carrying patterns has a great carryover to everyday life. They're really a really hidden, so to speak, sort of posture exercise as well. Because when we teach our clients and cue our clients to maintain optimal alignment, optimal positioning of the shoulders, and a three-dimensional breathing strategy, carry patterns actually reinforce everything we want to see in posture in our clients. However, that's not what ultimately happens in everyday life with our clients and how our industry is currently teaching carrying patterns. Because here's what our industry is teaching. And I believe that our industry is actually causing people neck and shoulder problems. I have a long history, if you know my history, long history of shoulder problems from way back when I first started lifting weights at 16 years of age, which was, maybe 10 years ago or 30 years ago or so. How old am I? Yeah, I got a birthday coming up, so I'm trying to forget the birthdays as I get older here. As you can see all the gray in my beard. So when I first learned shoulder stability, I was taught, just like many of you were taught, chest up, flare that rib cage, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And this was also taught, or I should say is commonly taught, to brace and pack the shoulders so the shoulder is stable. And I cannot argue with that point. The shoulder is real stable and controlled in this position. However, I want you to do this with me. Please do this with me and or do it when you're on your own in the gym working out next time, because I want you to understand that the cues you use, the cues that you're teaching your clients are directly impacting their posture and their movement habits and also impacting their range of motion. So let's do this for a second. Do this with me. Let's go range of motion, range of shoulder motion. So let's go check shoulder range of motion. And again, that's about my shoulder range of motion. Okay, not so bad. I've been working on it. I've been working out here a little bit. So the shoulder range of motion, not so bad. Now I'm going to take a 45, actually I'll take a 20-pound dumbbell carry. Okay, I'm going to set it up exactly like our industry teaches. 20 pounds, super light for me, super easy for me. So it's not the weight that's going to be the issue. So here we go. We're going to grab 20-pound dumbbells. I'm going to lift my chest. I'm going to retract and depress and pack my shoulders down. So again, you see my shoulders nice and packed and braced, and they are braced and packed and in a very stable position. Now I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. Now, I want you to do this because you have to experience this so you understand what I'm referring to and what impact this is having. So again, what we do now is check my range of motion in my neck. Not great. So my breathing also incredibly hard. This is 20 pounds, so 40-pound totals. Not very challenging for me to hold. So, okay, let's just say I've done this for about 20 or 30 seconds. So you're like, Dr. Osar, that doesn't matter. You can just have your client stretch out. All right, let's see what impact that 30-second shoulder compression, that 30-second sort of carry position had on my shoulder range of motion. Okay, let's check it out. Already, that's my range of motion. That's how decreased. I probably lost 10 to 20 degrees, probably closer to 20 degrees of range of motion from one exercise, I should say one set of 30 seconds. Now imagine I'm doing carry patterns at the end of my workout when I'm already fatigued. I'm doing it with way heavier loads than 20 pounds. what impact is that going to have on my neck range of motion, on my shoulder range of motion, as well as my overall brachial plexus that's coming out of my neck and running down my arm, or those discs that maybe I already have bulges in or herniations in, or that upper back discomfort, or those compressed ribs that I already have, or my breathing strategy that's already not so optimal to begin with. So that's what I want you to think about when you're teaching your clients exercises and cueing your clients through exercises. Okay, so now I've got limited range of motion. So I just jacked my shoulder up, jacked my neck up, and that's really what I did. It's not that did I just jack my shoulder up, I jacked my neck up. I'm actually writing a chapter, I'm just finishing up today and tomorrow, the chapter on the shoulder for my new book, Corrective Exercise Solutions for Common Hip and Shoulder Conditions, 2nd edition. This is exactly what I'm writing about and how the cervical spine, those nerves that are coming out of your neck, are so vital to what happens to your shoulder stability. You are driving neck problems when you teach your clients to retract and depress too much. We've all been taught that. I got taught that from day one. Even before I got to chiropractic school, I got taught it through chiropractic school. I got taught that pretty much every single rehab course I went to. So I learned the exact same thing you learned. But let's just see, can we change our cues? Can we change our alignment and actually create changes in range of motion with doing zero mobility work? Let's see, okay? So here we go. Cue myself a bit different. Long spine, as if I'm being pulled up from the back side of my head and neck. Cue my ribs, so the ribs are long. Long as if, or I should say, there's space in between the ribs. I do not want to compress my rib cage down. So I'm cueing myself to go up and long. If you see, I'm cueing myself long through the back, not just up, but long through the back. I'm also cueing wide shoulders, as if my shoulders are getting pulled out this direction, because ultimately, that's what you need to have your arm go up overhead. You don't want to go down and back. That's the exact opposite of what you need to go overhead. So if you're working with clients, especially those older clients that have limited range of overhead motion, which almost all of them do, then that's not a great cue to use with them because it will not help them get better range of motion. Okay, so here we go. Good cue. I'm going to grab heavier dumbbells just to show you that it's not about the load that's causing the issue. So again, long spine, ribs stacked, rib space, hinge. Grab the dumbbells. Now I got 45-pound dumbbells. This time, however, I'm going to maintain that wide shoulder position. So from the side, you can see I'm in decent alignment, the best alignment I can be in with this load. From behind, wide shoulders, space between my upper body and my arms. My shoulders, they're braced. I cannot hold this load without being braced. They're just not braced down and back. They're not over retracted. They're not over depressed. I'm going to check my shoulder range, or I should say my neck range of motion. My neck has to stabilize a bit more, but again, it's not the same pull that I had when I had the 20-pound dumbbells. So now, just going to hold it for about 30 seconds, about the same as the last time. Now, we'll drop this down. Recheck range of motion. Did that change my range of motion? Okay. So same test. Let's recheck range of motion. Much different, way different range of motion. And what's also different is the interoception. My perception of lifting my arm now, super light, super easy to get it up. So it's not just a range of motion has changed, it's the ease of motion that has changed. So what was the difference between that first way I did a carry pattern, or I should say holding pattern, versus the second way? Well, one, I did not respect alignment of the head, neck, and or shoulder complex. I compressed down on the ribs. I changed my breathing strategy. I actually inhibited my ability to breathe into those upper rings, those upper rib cage, those rings that form the rib cage. So I allowed myself, or I should say, I inhibited myself to be breathing in a three-dimensional manner. Now, during carry patterns or loaded patterns like that, yeah, you're not going to breathe as deeply, but you still want to be able to breathe into the upper cylinder. So the second time, or the second way I performed the carry pattern, I was able to maintain better alignment. I was able to keep the space in between my shoulders, or in between the space between my upper arms and body. I respected alignment. I respected the breathing. I respected the motor control of what I'm trying to create with my shoulders. And the nervous system gave me, or allowed me to, it actually gave me, restored my range of motion. Remember, this is not my rules. This is not Dr. Evan Osar's rules. This is nervous system rules. It's nervous system 101. If you compromise alignment and or you compromise your breathing and or you compromise your motor control, your nervous system will respond. And frequently, especially in your older clients that have history of disc herniations, disc bulges, thoracic outlet, spinal stenosis, surgery, trauma, injury, deconditioning, the nervous system is going to respond much quicker, much more significantly in your older clients than it does even in me, right? I'm, 53, no, how old am I? Somewhere in my 50s, early 50s, about to be 50 or more. So here's someone in 2 weeks. So it's already impacting me. So think about this impact on your 60-year-old deconditioned clients or your 70 or 80-year-old deconditioned clients. We still do carry patterns. We just change the cues we use, and we change the loads so that the load doesn't compromise our client's neck, their breathing, and or their postural control. And that's how you use a carry pattern to help reinforce. And for some clients, carrying down here may not be so great. So you can do the same exact thing with doing a carry pattern up here as well. It's the same alignment, it's just a different carry pattern. A lot of our older clients do better with this position here. What about your clients that need a heavier load? Well, then we have those individuals, they carry here. Again, much more challenging for the shoulder complex, much more challenging for the head and neck and the thoracolpelvic cylinder control. So there's many ways to load up a pattern, a carry pattern, and not have it crush your client's neck, shoulders, and or upper back. So I hope that made sense. We're going to be talking much more about carry patterns. We're going to talk about the rotational chains and how they impact walking in our brand new series of 2 Anatomy Geeks. And that's why this information is so important, because when you understand anatomy of the walking system, the anatomy and or the neurology around postural control, and how our cues, how our exercises all influence our clients, or I should say our nervous system's response, then you have a better way of working with your clients. You can add to all the great things that you're already doing with success. You can build upon those great patterns, that ingenuity, the creativity that you have with your clients, because you have way more exercises than me. You have way more cool stuff that you're doing with your clients. What I want to just bring to you is an ability to understand the impact of exercise and what your exercise and your cues are doing to your client, so that all the things you're doing keep building upon the components that add to improve posture, improve movement, and carry over to everyday life. So that way you can be the expert, the go-to expert for your current clients, as well as attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. So in this brand new series of 2 Anatomy Geeks, my fellow Anatomy Geek, Jill, and I will be bringing to you information about the anatomy of the walking system. We're going to dive deep into walking and why walking, obviously you know why walking is so important. It's really about independence, right? And sustainability. People that walk more and walk faster, they have longer, more productive, more independent lives. So we're changing people's lives with this information. So we're going to teach you about the SI joint. This coming week, Jill and I were just reviewing the pelvis and SI joint and the muscles that control the pelvis and SI joint. And we'll talk about how you can start to look at that and also improve that in your clients. We're going to talk about the rotational chains, those anterior and posterior oblique chains that help to create rotation and counter rotation. Because when our clients lose the ability to rotate, they start moving more through the frontal plane. That increases the risk of falling. That also decreases their walking speed. And we'll also look at the knee, ankle, and foot complex, our connection to the ground, and how the foot is so vital. I was just working with my Pilates instructor yesterday. She was helping me work on my left foot because I'm about to do a 13-mile ruck this summer, or not about to, this summer with my good friend and buddy out in California, Robert Lincoln. So I need to get myself ready. So I have to address these things that are going to possibly hold me back. So she was helping me connect to the foot. We're going to share with you information about how to connect to your client's feet, how to improve foot tripod, that proprioceptive feedback from the foot so your clients can walk more efficiently. This is really about optimizing walking and making it more efficient so your clients use less energy, they have less wear and tear, and again, you improve that walking speed and improve their quality of life. So we love to see you. The link is somewhere, wherever you're watching this video, somewhere. Hope to see you there. It's a great community. 2 Anatomy Geeks is a wonderful community. Many of you, a few of you, I see this, my good friend and IMS specialist, certified specialist, Stephen Schmolt. He's part of the community. and Michael McAleese and Rahul, all part of this wonderful community. It's really a wonderful, supportive community. So we'd love to see you there. It's a really, again, this day and age, we need all the positive support we can get. That community, this community, Two Anatomy Geeks, is that community. And before I let you go, Sunday, so you can get back to your day, I graduated chiropractic college 22 years ago today, and I was looking back at some pictures that my friend was posting, and I was thinking about all the people that were instrumental in my life. From my parents that adopted me, to the lessons they taught me, to the kicks in the butt that they gave me along the way, to my sister Sylvia, who became my is my godmother and was really the mother I was meant to have, to my best friend at the time, Dr. Michael Grant, who changed my life. I met him in the gym. We became training partners. He changed my life. He said he's going to school to finish up his degree to go to chiropractic college. He talked me into going to chiropractic college. He literally changed the course of my life. To my father, who taught me how to be a man, how to be responsible, how to take care of his family, how to stand up for things that matter, like freedom and independence. To all the wonderful people that I've met along the way that I've been able to learn from, to teach, and to share this journey with. And especially my wife, who really helped me become the person I am today. And it's a constant evolution. And I just want to thank everyone that was part of that journey. And it's just really a reminder that none of us do this alone. There's people in our lives, many, maybe a few, maybe many people that change the course of your life. Some people are here to support you. Some people are here to challenge you. Some events in the world, especially what's going on today, are here to challenge. How much do we love our freedom? How much do we love this country? How much do we love our fellow man? This is what, to me, this is really all about. So I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your life, for you guys for allowing me to, for you being a part of my life, and for this journey that we're on. Go out there, be the light. Share your passion. Share your love. Share your commitment to learning as much as you can about this industry, and let's go change some lives. Make it a great day. We look forward to seeing you next time. This is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Insider. Take care.